This is Tara Kapur, who has been in marketing for over 25 years and is now working in the food business. Do tell us about your initial years. Where did you study, and what courses did you take?
Okay, I've done a master's in economics. Uh, didn't do too many courses, but ever since the advent of, uh, I guess, the World Wide Web and the ability to learn online, it's been a constant process for me. I've done a lot of learning online. So I got into marketing and I remained in marketing first with a automotive battery company. That was my first job actually. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So with an automotive battery company, which had Japanese collaboration and came out, targeting all the Japanese cars. And after that, I got into PR, but that's another form of marketing. And I've been in PR doing a lot of integrated communications for a very long time because I've always worked very closely with advertising, and then with the advent of digital, worked with digital. And for the last couple of years, I have got very interested in food, and so I do a lot of marketing and food.
What motivated you to choose your passion?
So, I must tell you, when I got into PR, at that time, that was the start of the PR industry in India. Now it's very well developed compared to before, but it's still not on par with what happens in, say, the developed markets like Europe or the US. But I did get into it very, very long ago. And at that time, nobody knew anything about PR as a profession. But I saw this really interesting ad. I read it. I decided it appealed to me, and I went there for the interview. And I loved PR. And so it's really a passion. And that's why I'm still sort of like a marketing consultant even today.
How do you
So
use
I think,
technology? Yeah. Okay.
how do I
So
use
how?
technology?
Yeah, and how do you think technology will impact your line of business?
So, technology has already impacted PR a lot because PR is essentially for people to get what they're doing out into the world. And obviously now it uses a lot of digital media to influence other people. And when I first got into PR, it was only the newspapers once upon a time. After that, it became the newspapers and TV. And now, of course, everyone wants to be on digital media because that way you can reach so many people. I mean, you can have your videos reaching people, you can do so many things. Plus, of course, there's the rise of a social media influencer. So, no PR or marketing program today would be complete without, social media. And probably, if it's a consumer brand, or a tech brand, you'd want a social media influencer endorsing your brand. So yeah, tech has really changed the business, and it will continue to do that. And for people who are very comfortable in the digital world and adapting quickly, I mean, they are the ones who are really going to be successful.
So what
Or
skills should?
brands.
Yeah. So what skills should someone have to do what you're doing?
What skills? Well, to for some so someone in marketing, I'm going to take the area of marketing. For someone in marketing to do well, they need to be able to what should I say? They need to be very on the ball with and keep up with what other brands are doing constantly, what is happening in the world, be able to analyze what will impact their brand, and always be sort of one step ahead, if possible, to get success for their brand. So I think there's a lot of analysis, strategic. So it's not just communications, but there's a lot of strategy and analysis to help someone, to do well in the career.
Okay. So, how do you measure success?
How do I?
Measure success.
How do I measure success?
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you, for example, in with the advent of social media or digital media, there are lots of tools which are available for people to measure, how often a brand got mentioned or how many times it was positive and all that stuff, right? So that is, of course, one way of measuring success. I have a very clear way of measuring success. It may be very banal, but one is brand recall and the other is how are the sales. Great fat brand, but if it's not going to have good sales, then what's the point of having that brand?
Yeah.
So sales, repeat customers, a loyal customer base, those are very very important for that's really success.
So, what guidance do you have?
Endorsement from your customers.
So,
Sorry.
what guidance do you have for those who are pursuing or wanting to pursue a similar career?
I'll apart from being interested in the world and in the world of business, see, they have to keenly follow the world of business, and not just, obviously, since the world is very flat, what's happening here and internationally. So one is keenly follow the world of business, be interested in it. It's, you see, if you're not interested, it's like an academic being following it, right? Be interested in it, being able to analyze what's happening, being able to understand impacts on your market, and of course being able to have good communication skills. That's very important. And
Mm.
how to use, in today's world, social media. And finally get, what what are the what other skills do I recommend? Yeah, I mean, I think, learning all the time, keeping abreast of what's happening all the
Yeah.
time, and
Okay.
finally attention to detail, which most people do not understand the value of, and using your common sense, or what is known as being street smart. That has a lot of value, being on the ball.
Okay. Thank you, Tara. Thank you for your input.
Okay,
That's it.
fine. Okay, thanks, bye.